A recent state Supreme Court ruling found that voter initiatives can be used to send proposed local laws to the ballot. That includes giving voters a direct say on how roads are managed by way of traffic laws and regulations. To learn more, we welcome Emily Ward. She's an attorney from Fenimore, and we should mention you filed an amicus brief on the idea that the residents and citizens should be allowed. Talk to us about, and first, this is the winning side, by the way, so congratulations, I guess. But talk to us about why this case came up and why it is a good thing for me and my fellow residents to decide where a stop sign should be.
So I think what you're referring to is policy-based decisions. And that's exactly what the initiative drafters in the city of Page wanted to do, is they wanted to make a change to what the city council had already done with respect to a large thoroughfare in the city. And so it was I like to analogize it to like Camelback Road, right? A large thoroughfare. The city wanted to reduce the size of that thoroughfare so that they could kind of revitalize the downtown, make people stop, get out of their cars, shop, etc. But the initiative drafters, they disagreed with that policy decision. And so they drafted an initiative and the city clerk would not put it on the ballot because the city clerk found that traffic laws like that, the size of streets, that's really an administrative thing. So the Arizona Supreme Court clarified, no, it's not.
Yeah, talk about what the Supreme Court ruled here and the difference between administrative and legislative.
Sure. So what the Supreme Court was doing was giving a wake-up call to these city clerks, saying basically when something is legislative, and here the court agreed, almost overwhelmingly, right, that I think they said something to the effect of course this is legislative, right? The size of this main thoroughfare throughout the city. So the court gave an example of something that would be administrative versus legislative. The court said, for example, if the citizens wanted to propose firing the city manager, something like that, that's administrative, right? That's one person, that's very distinct, and it's not prospective looking, right? But when we're talking about the qualifications for a city manager, right? Maybe they need to have a 4-year degree, or they need to come from one of our 3 great institutions here, state institutions, whatever the case may be. They can enact that, and that would be legislative. So the court is really kind of giving that framework for these city clerks to go forward and as they evaluate these initiatives.
It sounded like the court said that you need public policy and you need a way to enforce that policy
That's true.
For something that would be allowed to be put on the ballot and enforced if the voters gave the yay sign.
Exactly. And so the initiative in the Roundtree decision with the city of Page, it did that because it said we don't want any more public monies to be spent on reducing the size of the Lake Powell Boulevard. So the court said, look, that's exactly what they did. They gave direction of this is exactly what you need to do. And it is a policy decision, right? The size of this main artery throughout the city, that's absolutely a policy decision.
And again, this case, as you mentioned, involves Page and the main artery there. Why has something like this not come up in the past?
Sure, I think that to be fair to the city clerk in the city of Page, I think that people just thought, well, traffic decisions, that's something that, the city engineer does or the city manager does, right? But that's where the court was clarifying here. And I think that the city, they vigorously argued that this really was, the size of roads, or like you said earlier, where a stop sign should be. People do traditionally think of that as administrative, but the court was clarifying, no, that it actually is a policy-based decision, right, of how you want this road, what you want the character of the city of Page to be through this main artery.
So Arizona residents then can make and change traffic laws by virtue of this decision. Does that mean then the local governments have to administer these new laws?
Well, that's what's so important about what the initiative says, right? In the city of Page case, the initiative said, no public monies will be spent. I think if you were to draft, let's say, an initiative to remove the reversible lanes on 7th Avenue and 7th Street.
Yes.
That initiative would need to make exactly clear how you're going to effectuate that, right? It's not enough to just say, well, we don't like them. You're going to need to actually provide that guidance and really explain, right, how that can be accomplished.
Yeah, and enforcement obviously is the key there. You talked about the lanes there on 7th Avenue, 7th Street. Holy smokes, that goes on forever. And you know what else goes on forever? Speed cameras and traffic cameras.
Yes, it
Could
does.
this apply to those?
In fact, it already has. The city of Tucson did an initiative, and they removed the speed cameras in that city back in 2015.
Speed limits, same thing?
I think, yes, I think that is absolutely ripe for that. Now, let me make clear, it's difficult to get initiatives on the ballot.
Right.
It's not easy. So you're going to have to, pick a topic, I suppose, that you're going to get a fair amount of buy-in, because each city has their own qualifications for how many signatures are needed to get an initiative on the ballot. But in, the city of Phoenix, currently right now, it's about 94,000 signatures. So it's a tall order.
It's a tall order, but I can go faster, fewer stop signs. I don't have to worry about traffic cameras. That sounds like it. So that brings me to my last question here. Is this a good thing?
Absolutely. And by the way, it's not something that is new. The citizens have had this power in the Arizona Constitution for a long time. The Supreme Court was only just clarifying for something like traffic laws, right? Something that people don't traditionally think of as they have the power to do something about. And the court clarified, yes, you do. And it is also helpful to the city clerks, right? Telling them, yes, the citizens do have this power, and they've had it all along.
And it's a unanimous decision, so there was
Absolutely.
no quibbling there. Emily Ward of Fenimore, good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.